What's up guys, Jake from MACkite here today with the F-One Linx Bar. This is kind of going to be an impression review video. Here we go, let's open it up. So right off the bat, it does come with a little bag. And honestly, bags generally are take it or leave it, but this one's pretty nice. It's got a little handle here, a little handle here. It's themed pretty well. I am pretty impressed. But for the most part, I just take my bar, I tuck it right on the kite bag. It fits better without the bar bag. So I don't know how often you'll use this unless you separate them out. So we got it right here. And this is overall a pretty nice system. I don't think it's anything revolutionary, but at the same time, that's good, right? Sometimes you really push the envelope and you create this monstrosity. And that's not what you have here. You have a really solid bar. I see some technology here that I've seen on other bars within the industry that work really well. So let's start right here with the release system. You can see it's very simple. You go ahead and put your safety leash here. There isn't any kind of buckle to suicide attach, which is attach this right here to the loop. So if you're doing a lot of unhooking, you'd probably have to think about how you're gonna anchor to that, or it's just gonna flag every time you miss it. This is that Ironheart system right here, which just uses this little click mechanism to open and close it. It's a really smooth system. I like the metal. It feels like it's gonna last long. You do wanna make sure to rinse that out because it can get a little gritty with sand in it. Again, it is really easy to use. It is more of a two-hand system, but once you get it dialed, it's easy. It does include a smaller loop. I don't believe that they include larger loops that you can convert to. I have unhooked with this. It's a little bit maybe on the small side, but as long as you do a good job pushing it back underneath the bar, it's gonna stick right to it. So as we move up from the chicken loop, we go right in here to the sheath, and I really like this sheath. It is a rectangular shape, and sometimes these, when you are twisting your kite, so if you're looping it, and you loop it too much, it can go ahead and get caught up. Well, this right here, because it's square in the center, it actually allows this to spin all the way around. So that means that's not going to get caught and then twist this sheathing. What happens when that sheathing gets twisted and caught is then you go to power or depower and you can't move because it's all gummed up. So that's not gonna be an issue on this bar, which is big. It also does have this metal system right here, so that's gonna result in less fatigue on these parts. It's gonna last longer. There's gonna be less abrasion, so that's really, really smart. It does have this swivel right here for your center line, so you can untwist them, and that's a nice feature. I used it several times. It's very intuitive, and it works great. We go into the bar itself, and this is adjustable. This one is a 45 to 52, I believe. Yep, check the bag. That checks out. I didn't adjust it, to be honest. I just generally don't adjust bars, but it appears it's an easy pull out, twist it, and it just adjusts these bar ends. So it doesn't actually change the length. It just is changing where the lines are over the bar here. Other than that, I think it's fairly straightforward. It does have these bar end floats. You see that on most bars these days. So when your bar is in the water, you can reach up and find it relatively easy. It is going to be a cleat system with a big orange call out right here. It works really well, like most other cleating systems. This ball right here does keep it from getting caught. So when you're powering and depowering on the fly and you let it go, that's going to catch there and you don't have to worry about it gobbling up too much line. The lines are coated, they're colored. It's easy peasy. One important thing to note about this bar is it is a loop bar. So that means the two outside lines and inside lines are all loops. There aren't any knot attachments here. So if you are gonna use this with a kite that doesn't have the 4 receiving knots, you are gonna have to add a pigtail kit to it. If you're using this with an F1 kite, it has 2 outside knots, and those are demarcated with a little plastic knob that it attaches to, and then the inside bridles have a traditional kind of fabric knot that you'll attach those to. So again, it is important to note the bar and kite play well with one another, but if you're using a different brand bar, or kite, you will have to add a pigtail kit. F1 is the only one that comes to mind that does do this, where it's going to be four knots. So do I like this bar? I think it's a winner. I really like the sheathing right here. I like the fact that this can freely twist. That addresses the big downside with that. I like the release system. I do wish it had a clip so you could suicide it on here. Other than that, the bar is really straightforward. It's simple to use. I will continue to use this. As a general rule, I tend to pair my kites with my bars, or maybe vice versa. I tend to pair my bar with my kite. I just think it keeps it a little bit more simple. But this is a bar I would comfortably use on other kites. There's not any really standout features, and that can be a good thing. It's just a reliable, simple bar that works really well, and you're gonna love it. Guys, thanks for checking us out. This has been Jake with MACkite.